Starting out this makeup look, I actually sprayed that new primer water from Smashbox, so go ahead and spray whatever primer you want to use. Then I'm using this new Infallible Pro to Glow or Pro Glow from L'Oreal, and I'm going to place this all over the brush and then all over my face everywhere I need foundation, which is everywhere. And then I'm going to blend it out with the same brush that you see in this video. There is no name on the brush, so I couldn't tell you exactly what it is, but it was given to me, so I apologize about that. And the lighting will change very quickly. It will just be a couple more seconds, and also use any brush that you want for your foundation. Whether you use a beauty blender or a brush, just keep dabbing and swirling and tapping all over your face to blend it all out. This was the first time I've used this foundation, and I do like it. You can definitely build it, so that's what you see me doing here, is adding more foundation where I want it. This foundation does have sunscreen in it, so that's what I like. This is a pretty summery look for me, and it is a medium coverage. Also, it's a very light texture, so you won't feel like you're kicking your face all over. In certain areas of the face, I do get red. I think a lot of women do, so I take the sponge just to damp it out, and it also makes it look more airbrushed and blended. This is a Tarte Marcouja Creaseless Concealer. I like this directly under the eyes. I only put it a little bit in between my eyebrows to kind of blend the actual color. That's what I'm using here. I'm going to go in with a different like highlight effect in just a little bit. The concealer is a little thick, so by using that concealer brush, it actually is a little bit harder for me to blend, so I do switch to the Beauty Blender. I also use my finger to kind of swirl it around really quick. Also, the heat on your finger will actually melt the product, so it makes it easier to blend. I wanted to use, this is actually a pencil, but it's technically a liquid, if you will, and I think this is actually a good pencil for beginners. It's the Nudestix, and this is in the color Matte. It has a sugar color on the other end, but that's a little too highlighty for me. I only wanted to focus on highlight on my actual cheekbone. So this is really awesome because if you're going to contour your nose, it's very thin and you won't get it all over the place, because if you contour your nose too far back, it'll make your nose look bigger. If you go too forward, it's just going to look funny. So it's you have to get in that right spot, which is what you see that I did. Then I'm going in with that same foundation brush and I'm going to blend it out. If you look towards my lips, you can see that in a little bit I'll have like little, like almost like a ball at the end, like it wasn't blended properly. So what I do is I actually take the Beauty Blender and counts it out. That always gives me the perfect blend. So using your finger again will actually melt the product and make it way easier to blend, because that's a really crucial area of the nose. It's so tiny, and if you mess up, it's gonna go all over the place. So I use that first, and then I just lightly take the end of my foundation brush and blend it also. This is the NYX concealer. It's an awesome, awesome applicator brush that makes it really easy to clean up your contour. As you see, I did underneath after the nose, I did right underneath where I bronzed my face. Then I take the Beauty Blender first to kind of mush the color, because when I'm gonna go back in with my other brush, I didn't want the colors to just kind of mix together, and it's easy to wipe your brushes so that you don't go in with a bronzer and then go in with your highlighter, because that's just gonna like blur everything together in a not cute way, like you'll look muddy. So that's what I did right here, and it makes that perfect line. If you angle the brushes certain ways, you can manipulate it on how you want the lines to look without looking like a harsh line. I'm sorry, line's kind of like a weird word to use, but you get the point. So right here is what I was talking about when I said I was gonna tap it out with the Beauty Blender, because if you looked down and saw my face, I looked like I had shadows. So this is the translucent powder. It's by Tarte and it's called Smooth Operator. And I put this right underneath my eyes after I use all of the concealers that are liquids, and then I'm gonna go back in with a powder bronzer in just a little bit. So by setting it right underneath my eyes, oh my gosh, if I touched my eyes later, it was so soft, you guys. So I think this is a great option for any of those translucent powders out there, because it is kind of like a hidden gem. Like I would have never thought to get it, but I did. So I would definitely recommend you guys looking into that one. Here's the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm going right over where I did the contour, and it's going to deepen the effect and also just give me that really bronzed look. But by using both products together, it set what you did with the first product and make it like that more intense and last that much longer. This brush is by Real Techniques, and it's actually meant for contouring. This big dome fluffy brush is perfect too to make you look really bronze so that it's not just in one area since that brush is kind of tiny. This is the Sonia Kashuk foundation brush in number 130. I'm using it to put on my blush, which is from the BH Cosmetics palette. It's the peachy color. I've been trying to use a lot more nudie peachy colors for blushes so that I actually use them, since pink is a little too much. This is a MAC loose powder. It's in the color Silver Dusk. It's such a pretty highlight. I do have to pack it on a little bit, but it's better to start out with a little and then keep adding. That way if you highlight too much, you're not kind of stuck with what you got, because I swear that stuff just seeps into your pores and you're kind of screwed at that point if you wanted to take some of it off. I do know that if you take another foundation brush and kind of dab it over, then it will take some of it off if you put a little too much. So that's just a kind of a trick to know in case you're in a jam. Once you finish highlighting in the areas that you choose, this look is complete. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I put out videos every week, and I will talk to you guys very soon.